leg of the Great Loop features unique challenges and requires different boating skills.
At the end of the Great Lake section, we were challenged with charging system problems and got stuck just outside of Chicago. At the end of the rivers, the transmission went out and we spent months waiting for parts. After the harrowing Gulf crossing, we were simply happy to be in one piece.
It was, therefore, with some trepidation that we began the next leg, circling around the great state of Florida from Tarpon Springs on the western side to the Georgia border on the eastern side, starting with the Pinellas Peninsula.
Good morning, Captain.
Morning, Admiral. Oh, look, I had a spam call.
See you.
Hi. So, how's the Admiral this fine and beautiful morning? We have 80-degree water underneath the keel and dolphins and manatees everywhere today.
Wow, today's morning began with so beautiful creatures which I saw in the water. And right now there were dolphins. It's like, wow, oh my goodness. I cannot even describe how is it.
Dolphin families with babies.
Dolphin family and manatee, and right?
Yeah, and we were filling the water tank. Doreen was filling water tanks, and the manatees apparently love the fresh water. We put the hose over the boat, and it was pouring fresh water into the saltwater river. And the manatee came over and laid on its back and was drinking the fresh water. It was absolutely...
Yeah, we will add to this piece of video, and I wanted to touch it, you know.
On our home waters, we cruised past vast areas of forest. In Florida, the coastline is busy with condos and large estates.
Civilization means bridges, bridges, and more bridges.
So many bridges that tried to give Lady Moose a haircut.
As the looper horde was long gone, our passage was observed primarily by birds and ducks.
And boatloads of touristas looking to spot dolphins.
We anchored for the night just south of Tampa Bay in an enormous body of water with hundreds of other boats.
Good morning, Captain.
Good morning, Admiral. How was our lovely rolly anchorage last night?
It was a little bit bumpy.
Just a bit, and a little bit noisy. But we had 70 feet of chain out, and we held well, but we 360 as the wind changed, and it was very difficult to sleep because of all the noise.
Yeah, but the huge area for anchor.
Oh yeah, we had
You
lots.
cannot worry about any neighbors which can be close to you.
Oh yeah, we had lots and lots of room. So now we're on our way to Crow's Nest Restaurant and Marina in Venice, and then we're going to make 2 days of mad dash to try to get to Marco Island on Thursday night before the storms come. So Tuesday Crow's Nest, Wednesday Anchor, Thursday Marco, then we'll sit on Marco until Monday, and then we'll make the 90-mile dash to Isla Mirada, and then the beach for 2 weeks. I'm liking it.
All day long, we were marveled at the huge mansions, most of which appeared unoccupied except for landscapers and gardeners. We ran Realtor.com on the iPad and checked out ones for sale.
Another day with no shortage of bridges. Randomly anchored were old, worn-out liveaboard sailboats festooned with mountains of crap. There were plenty of sunken derelicts and a few freshly wrecked boats.
Around 4 p.m., when people got off work, the boat traffic increased dramatically, along with partying.
We pulled into the Crow's Nest Marina and had an overpriced but thoroughly delightful gourmet meal.
We were the youngest people in the restaurant by about 20 years.
After dinner, we took a nice romantic walk on the beach, took Yorksie out, and slept soundly until starting work at 3 a.m.
We started heading south around 7. Not long after pulling out of the marina, we were joined by a pod of dolphins.
A recent study found that dolphins using the bow wave to propel themselves forward are more likely to catch fish, as the noise and turbulence created by the boat disorient the prey.
Enjoy your breakfast!
We headed towards Fort Myers, which had recently been devastated by Hurricane Ian.
One marina was open, but they had no power and were asking ridiculous prices and would not let us run generator. Crazy. It was 90 degrees.
The closer we got to Fort Myers, the more the wrath of the hurricane could be seen.
This 10-ton Morgan sailboat is lying along a house. The storm surge must have been 15 feet or more.
We worked our way up the river looking for a place to anchor. Seeing boats anchored to port, I turned north and headed towards them.
And that was when disaster struck.
So we stuck in the mud. Captain, what can you tell us?
Well, we've run aground because the hurricane has changed the depth here significantly. We were trying to find a place to anchor over there, and it went from like 7 feet to 1 foot in just literally a second. By the time I realized we were running aground, it was way too late. We tried to turn out of it, and now we're stuck, and we're waiting for Botus to register us so they can come pull us off, and I guess we'll hop over there and grab a can for the night. Sadly, the tide is going out. So when the tide goes out, we'll be in more trouble. If it's going to be a couple hours, I'm going to put my swimsuit on and see if I can figure out if I'm aground in the front or the back, and maybe we can hook the dinghy up with the motor and try to pull it off. So not a happy moment, but real hard.
So this place is supposed to be anchored. And we saw that information here that it was good. Yeah, there is mud.
Well, no, I see mud in the front of the boat. I don't see mud in the back. Are we picking up mud in the back of the boat? Can you do that? Mud being picked up back there?
No, the mud is in the front of the boat.
We waded off the boat to see how bad it was.
The water was filled with bent and twisted pieces of houses and boats and was very dangerous. We tried to dig out the mud under the keel with the dinghy oar, but it was hopeless.
As the sun had almost set, our salvation finally arrived.
The tide's going slow. Even if I can't get it, if I pull it, I can watch.
Well, yeah, and I got a bridle for the anchor. We put that on the back, and you grab onto that and pull it down back.
I never like going backwards. It breaks rudders easily.
Yeah. Well, I got a skeg. Please, we might fly out.
Wow.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, you just about got it. Please, gonna come out. Watch that cleat, Ron.
We added our port side forward cleat to the hurricane wreckage on the bottom of the river for archaeologists to find centuries later.
We made dinner and slept soundly until 3 a.m. when we had to start work. Around 7, we headed south again.
Okay, mooring bull is there,
Yep.
and we are like this. So mooring bull is from that side,
Right.
from our. You see? So it's here either. Maybe I will be able to move us like somehow. You see? It's there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Maybe you can move a little bit
I will
backward.
back up.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and get this unknotted so you're not struggling to untie it because it's knotted on there really, really well.
Okay.
And I will back up
Yes.
and then we can slip it.
Yeah. Let's try to.
Yeah, but let's get it all unknotted first. I think I tied like 2 knots in it. Okay, you good?
Yes.
All right, let me back it up.
Only one.
All right, I'm gonna back it up.
Perfect. Perfect. It's. We did. Go, go, go. We have space. No, 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 no.
Fine. You gonna get around it?
Yes.
Okay, woohoo.
We made our way to Calusa Cove to wait out the weather before rounding the trip of Florida and making the open water crossing to Isla Morada.
The Garmin routed us the wrong way into Calusa Cove.
People in small boats looked at us like we were insane. We had no idea why.
We waited for good weather for 5 days.
While staying at Calusa Cove, we rode our bikes and dined in 2 very fancy schmancy restaurants. Yorksie refined her taste for 5-star treats.
We hit the local fish market for tuna steaks, which we lightly seared in olive oil.
Incredibly delicious.
The marina was still being rebuilt after Ian. The showers were in this portable shower trailer.
$5 a foot to shower in a trailer.
Good morning, Captain.
Good morning, Admiral Dorena. It is hot.
It is hot.
It is hot. I am dripping and it's only 8:27 in the morning. That's because the humidity is like 999%.
So, Captain, comment us, please. What direction are we having today?
Well, we are leaving Calusa Island and the town of Goodland, the most expensive 5 days we have had on the entire loop, not counting repairs. We spent almost as much for a slip and 3 meals as we spent for a year on a slip in Lake Erie. And we just had the privilege of buying 47 gallons of diesel for $200. Welcome to Florida. So we're headed south. We're going to go through the Everglades. We're going to anchor down there somewhere, and then we're going to make our way to Isla Morada. We'll probably go into Little Shark River. We don't really know for sure. First challenge is to get out of this ridiculously shallow mangrove forest that we're in and find the Gulf. I'm showing 9 feet under the boat, which for this part of the world is a ton. So, Admiral, what are we having for breakfast?
What are we having for breakfast? For breakfast, we're having today bagels with Philadelphia cream cheese and avocado on the top. And the next part of the bagel is going to be with buckets, apple butter, yeah.
That sounds delicious. I can hardly wait.
But you know, maybe for people it's not a breakfast, it's like a snack. So let's maybe think that it will be our morning snack.
Indeed.
So we wish us to have pleasant pilots in the boat, excellent weather conditions, and let's surf around.
The Everglades is a 3 million acre area that includes Everglades National Park, Big Cypress National Preserve, and 3 water conservation areas.
There are no services, no marinas, and no cell coverage.
We anchored in the Little Snake River.
If you like what you see, please subscribe. It really helps us out and it doesn't cost anything.
We really appreciate your attention and subscription.
So, Darina, how can people find out more about us online?
You can find us on our website page, here, on our Instagram page, here, and also on our Facebook page, here.
Once again, thank you so much for watching. And if you want to be reminded of new episodes when they come out, don't forget to ring that bell.
Thank you so much.